Hello everyone, my name is Joe. Welcome and welcome back to the channel of Delusional Theories. I have been forgetting this intro in my most recent videos, so sorry about that. Today we will discuss Foundation Season 3 Episode 2. I just have to say to start this off, I love Gail. I love her. The moment that she was up and walking, that she was woken up from her sleep, that she was just existing in the world, trying to save the world. I was enjoying the episode fully, completely. Like, this is what I want from Foundation. I want my baby girl Gail. So we see how they have been managing the education of Foundation 2.0, and we see that Harry makes a sacrifice. Honestly, looking at time in this way is so mind-blowing every single time they do it. Like, whenever we see a scene of Harry and Gail discussing the future of the galaxy and discussing the radiant and the little branches of future, like, my mind is always blown. There's always this little starry-eyed kid in me being like, oh my god, the possibility of the human race. And I mean, on one hand, it's really nice to never have to fear a black hole being used as a laser to decimate planets. Is really nice to know we'll never get there in my lifetime. However, how cool is that? How cool is that? I mean, horrendous. Because I mean, were there people on that planet? Did you just destroy a planet with a bunch of people, existing human beings or living beings or conscious beings on a planet? Horrendous. However, very cool. Do you know what I really loved about the Harry Gail thing was the fact that Harry built those statues kind of as a way to remember the people that he's lost because he's losing his mind, his memory, whatever. And I just know that in the future, people will find those statues and think that those people were gods to whoever lived there, but no, they're just like memory cards for Harry. But yeah, we see Harry saying goodbye to Gail, teaching her how to read that part of the Radiant that goes after, beyond the Mule, whenever the Mule is defeated to the next crisis. I'm sorry if I mix up some terms or some ideas. I'm not like a nerd for this fandom. I love this show, but I don't know everything. And I don't want spoilers. Like, I love this show, okay? I'm enjoying it. I want to enjoy it. But we see Harry saying goodbye, explaining to Gail how to use that part of the Radiant, and then we see him going into the light. And this is a thing that has been like, gnawing at my brain since season 2, because who is that? It's never really explained, and he even asks if he can go back to the planet with the cave where he got the body, if he can get another body, and the lady's like, no, you can't get another body, but you can come with me. And it's like, who is that? Because I was thinking, oh, is this like a supernatural being? Is this the goddess of the underworld? Something like that, but it can't be. This is a sci-fi show. We haven't seen anything supernatural. The supernatural kind of stuff, aspects of the show are really explained by science with people who can, use mental powers. It's not really assumed to be supernatural, is it? It's just science fiction, I guess. It's not supposed to be fantasy. So there's no way in hell this lady is a supernatural being, right? But then she said a thing about Gail's daughter, right? Gail's daughter said that she felt someone wanted her to have skin in the game. And then Harry asked why, and the mysterious mystic lady said, because we can't. So she isn't alone, she is with other people, and she took Harry into a portal where he would have to worry about nothing else and potentially die, but we know he's not dying because his body walked into the portal with her. He's going to go somewhere. There's no way in hell this lady and these people aren't the third Foundation in the future after the Dark Ages pass. Right? Like, Gail... Gail is going to see all of these things through. She's going to prevent the 30,000 year Dark Age. And all of it is going to happen in the span of a few years, so she'll still be young. She'll go into the goddamn sleep to sleep through the 1,000 years of Dark Ages that they managed to, crunch from 30,000 to 1,000. Is that Gail? That's not Gail, because that's the mathematician from the past. What in the interstellar? I mean, why am I theorizing? You guys already know what's gonna happen. But I... Right? Gail will survive everything. Harry even said that Gail was really the most unpredictable aspect of it, and even though she threw everything off course, she also put it all back together. She's going to be the one who survives all of it. She's going to go into that deep ass sleep, and she's going to arise and create the third foundation. And she will be the one leading the beings from the future, from this peaceful future. Tell me I'm wrong. Tell me I'm wrong. It has to be her, right? Not her like the one who guided Harry, but her who is behind these people, whoever we are. Because that's what they're doing. They're doing to Harry and Harry's timeline, Harry's time on the galaxy, the same thing that Harry's doing to everyone else, just making sure they stay on course. That's why she gave Harry the goddamn body, because she knew that Harry would need that body to put his plan back on course. That's been the whole thing about this 150 years. That's why Harry sacrificed himself. That's why Harry stayed off of the sleeping pods, because someone had to train the second foundation to have an influence on the galaxy that would put the plan back on course. That's why they gave him the body, because they are working from the future. Please, please, book nerds, find this video and give me just a hint as to where I'm wrong or right, or in the right direction or not. Like you guys did with Murderbot. Those hints were so helpful because you didn't spoil me, but you hinted to me, like, if I was wrong or right, or if I was in the good direction or not. I'm gonna stop here because now I am sure of this, and I just want to see if it happens in the show. That would be so great. Anyway, for some reason, I didn't understand at first that the reason why Harry gave Demerzel the Radiant was to make sure that Empire fell. But now I understood, okay? Now I know. Now I know. And the Empire is falling because, I mean, Brother Dusk doesn't even want to die, and he's making plans not to die, and he's the one controlling the gun. That's gonna be his power move, isn't it? He has the gun. He controls the big black hole gun, and he's gonna use it to, stay there, I guess. But Brother Day is just being a menace, is killing himself with drugs. We see him playing cards with his buddies. I'm assuming those are like the security guards for the palace, or like some form of security force. And he's playing cards with them, and we see this little kid, and I was wondering, but no, that's the guy's little kid, right? But then, you guys, then we see that shot of him and his lady in his like Garden of Eden with all of his resurrected animals, and Brother Dusk comes to talk to him, and Brother Day does the thing, oh my god, what's her name? The Jules from Euphoria thing. I'm unbeatable or whatever, and we see the nanobots, the Robert Downey Jr. nanobots working on him. The way that I'm making the most horrendous references because all the things I'm saying came after Foundation. Anyway, please forgive me. And while he's doing this knife thing, his lady is holding on to that belly pretty freaking tight. Someone else had to notice that. There have to be other women watching this show. So there's no way in hell there's not a bun in heaven, right? The way that she was holding that belly, the way that they, showed her holding that belly that way. The only thing I kind of want to say about Callaghan, I don't know how to pronounce that name even though I just heard it, is, I'm I don't know. I felt it because I did some research and I was reading a little bit of the wiki of the mole on the fan wiki, and I saw this little image of him as like the court gesture and whatever. I don't know, I was expecting him to be a lot more menacing, and I mean, as soon as the girl showed up, I was fearing for my life. I was like, what the hell are you going to do to this girl in front of these people? And then he was just trying to kill her. Come on. I was thinking the worst. But I don't, I don't, I don't find him that menacing. I mean, I do. I do. It's horrendous that he can control people's minds like that and make them do whatever he wants. But I was expecting a lot worse. Like the way they introduced him was so brutal, that I was expecting him to just escalate things, and he doesn't seem to be doing that, because when they introduced him, I was thinking, who the hell is going to take this guy down? But from this episode, I'm thinking, oh, many people could take him down. Send Demerzel. Send the goddamn black hole laser. Send Gail. But I mean, they will send Gail. We still see the flashbacks of her having the nightmares of him strangling her because he doesn't know where the second foundation is, but he knows that the second foundation exists. And we see baby boy, whose name I can't remember, Pendant baby boy from last episode. He reached Kalgan, and he reached the nephew of an important dude in the traders organization. If you are watching this video, I'm sure you understand what this is, and I'm not going to explain it to you. The Traders is a faction from the Foundation. The First Foundation, they are a rebellious faction against the First Foundation, and that's how it was supposed to be. But the Traders have cahoots with the Empire. So this guy that works for the First Foundation, went to see the nephew of the guy that is leading the order against the foundation, the order of traders, just so that when he goes do something to the mole in Kalgan, or goes investigate the mole in Kalgan, that people think it was the order and not the order. It was the traders and not the foundation. But isn't it weird that the mole literally killed their leader and took over the planet, and there's still people vacationing on the beach? Maybe not. Anyway, he's preparing something. Do I understand completely 100% what he's preparing with the nephew of the guy with the Order of the Traders? No, I don't understand completely. He will do something about it. I just generally enjoy the fact that we can tell the smartest people in this universe, we can tell who they are by whether or not they realize that the mole is a big ass deal for whatever's going to happen in the future. And it's this Pendant guy, whose name I can't remember, and Brother Don. And, when I saw Gail in that call with Brother Don, I was thinking, like, has she been talking to him for a while? Because she was awake 4 years ago. 4 years ago, Brother Don was already probably taking up some duties and getting interest in running the Empire. So was she already talking to him? Because in the beginning, I was thinking, like last episode, I was thinking, damn, Brother Don is doing well. This is the genetics of the Cleon are actually doing well, surprisingly. But no, maybe it's just her or Harry and whoever is running the second foundation. Because if the genetic of the Cleons really is deteriorating and their cognitive ability is deteriorating, it would make no sense that Brother Don would be this smart and this good at leading and making good decisions. But if he's having some help from the second foundation, then it would make sense. And it just seems to me, I mean, I don't think they're going to marry. Like, come on, let's be real. But honestly, there was that little hint of the couple at Kalgan saying, oh, marriage is back trending. But no, I don't think they're gonna I hope they're not gonna marry. But I can see how Brother Don, soon to become Brother Day, seeing his lineage being extinct and seeing like this event in 4 months where they could completely be off the map, I can totally see why he would want to have an alliance with literally the leader of the Second Foundation, this secret organization that is controlling the future of humanity that no one knows about. I could totally see how he makes a deal with them, and he has been working for them this whole time to make sure that he is the last Cleon, and that he's the one that leads the Empire, I don't know, in an alliance with the Foundation or whatever the hell it is. But I really, really, really enjoy this ending. I love the episode. I'm not going to drag it out. These are my thoughts about this episode. And I love this show. Like, I cannot believe that this aligns so well, that Murderbot ended and Foundation Season 3 started. Oh, by the way, for anyone who's here and who's been watching my Murderbot reviews, I'm trying to buy the first book online and I'm having absolutely zero freaking luck. Because like everywhere I go, it says it's sold out. Let me know if there is anywhere, because I'm in Europe, I'm in Portugal, so it's a little different than maybe ordering it in the US. Let me know if you are outside of the US, if you are from Europe, or yeah, probably from a European country. If you have bought the book, where are you buying the book? Because I want to read Murderbot Volume 1 and then potentially the other ones. But I can't find it. It's like in the usual places where I buy it, it says it's sold out. Let me know in the comments. And I will see you here next week for another review of Foundation. And I will probably see you here tomorrow or in a couple days, because I am continuing my recap of Only Murders in the Building, which is so much fun. Guys, I have so many good dad jokes. And that is my selling point. Anyway, guys, I'll see you there. Bye bye.